how's everyone doing? This is going to be random horror DVD shelf number 2 at my new place. This is going to be all horror DVDs. They're not organized or alphabetized yet because I still have some to bring over and I need to put them all on this shelf right here. There's some still on the floor, and again I have like another box worth of movies to bring over, including a bunch more horror DVDs. And that's all horror DVDs, all horror DVDs, horror DVDs, horror DVDs, horror DVDs in that corner. So I don't have them all up on the shelf, but I think this whole bookcase will be all horror DVDs and maybe a little bit more. There might be a little bit of an overflow. This is all horror Blu-rays over here on this section. So, but this is going to be horror DVD shelf number 2. I showed you number 1 already up there. So here are a few of my horror figures. I don't have many. These are the only ones I have besides the Sharknado Funko Pop one. There's Elvira. There's Jason, and I think this is a really cool Matchbox one right here on the Camp Crystal Lake vehicle right there. I'm going to go ahead and move these though so I can show you what's on this shelf. And as always, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. But let's go ahead and check this out. First up, I'll show you the stack right here. This is a 4-film favorite: Wolfing, Body Snatchers, and Coma and Bad Moon. Coma to me really isn't horror. It's more like sci-fi, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. I think they did a TV show about it recently as well. Bad Moon I always really enjoyed. Wolfen as well. And the reason I got this was I believe Bad Moon was out of print, and this you could find for inexpensive while the single release was pretty expensive. Waxwork and Waxwork 2 double feature. I really liked the first Waxwork. Waxwork 2 I wasn't a big fan of until the ending. I think I liked the ending from what I can recall. It's been a while. Private Parts. You know, I'm not going to go over too much because this might be a long video because I'm going to show a lot of DVDs in here. Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and this is from Top Media. I remember getting this at a grocery store like probably 12 years ago, so I've always kept that one because I think Top Media was like an off-brand as well. Frankenstein meets Wolfman and House of Frankenstein double feature. Classic Universal monsters right there. Borderland, which I think is a very underrated movie. This is from the After Dark Horror Fest 8 Films to Die For. I really enjoy this one, and Sean Astin was excellent in there. Night Skies, which is an alien abduction movie. It was decent. Road Games, which I love this movie. Great cast in here as well with Stacy Keach and Jamie Lee Curtis. They're in Australia. Always love this one, and I would like to see this get a Blu-ray release. I think this DVD might be out of print. Anchor Bay right there. Cold Prey, which I really enjoy this one as well. I like Cold Prey 2 better. Cold Prey 2 had the setting of, you know, a snowy setting and the hospital setting, so that really worked for me. But definitely a great slasher right here. Norwegian film. Carriers, which I think is underrated as well, doesn't get enough credit. Has Chris Pine right there. It's very basic conceptually, but I think it works well. Infected movie. All Hallows Eve, which just got a Blu-ray release, which I wasn't aware about until somebody told me. I'm going to have to pick up that Blu-ray release because I love the heck out of this movie. There's Art the Clown. Great Halloween horror anthology movie. One I plan to watch every Halloween now. Highly recommend it. Blackwater Vampire. I really enjoyed that one as well. It's basically a Blair Witch Project with a vampire, except they actually show you stuff. I'm not a fan of Blair Witch, but I am a fan of Blackwater Vampire. Found footage right there. Bloody Homecoming, nice throwback to 80s high school slashers like Prom Night. Casadega had some really creepy imagery in it. My Bloody Valentine, the original, one of my all-time favorite slashers. And the remake has grown on me as well, but the original is just an all-time classic. The Collector, which is like Home Alone meets Saw. And I like the sequel to that as well. Very fast-paced action horror, but I love the contraptions in here too. Fantastic film. Descent, probably one of the better British horror movies, along with Dog Soldiers of recent time. Wrong Turn with Liza Dushku. Really enjoyed that one. Backwoods slasher classic. The Hills Have Eyes 2, which I know a lot of people hate on this one, but I love it. I love the creature development. Each creature has a unique feature, and very gory and dirty and gritty and raw. The acting starts out shaky, but it settles down once they get into the actual hills. Let's go ahead and move these. We'll put this over here. And here's the actual shelf. Gutterballs from Ryan Nicholson, brutal and crazy. Happy Birthday to Me. Great slasher. Hayride. Horror Planet. Love that cover. Host, which is the 2-disc collector's edition, which has more special features than the Blu-ray release, which is why I kept this DVD release for it. Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite from Rob Zombie. And this is signed up as well by Bill Moseley. Kind of hard to make it out right there, but very nice. This is a film that's definitely grown on me. I love the heck out of it now. The Howling, really cool lenticular cover. In the Mouth of Madness, which I believe just got a Blu-ray release. Inheritance. It's My Party and I'll Die If I Want To, signed by Tom Savini. Inside, my favorite French horror film. Very bloody and extreme. One of the most bloodiest films out there. Love it. Jack Frost. Cheesy, cheesy fun right there. Out of print. Goes for a decent amount, I think. If you can get a chance to pick it up, I would highly recommend it if you like cheesy horror. Killer Party. Love this movie. Love the ending as well. This is the remastered edition from Warner Brothers Archive Collection. The Last Winter, kind of an ecological horror. I was loving this film up until the ending. I wanted more from the ending. Has Ron Perlman in here as well, and a few other recognizable faces. Again, I love movies with a snowy setting, especially horror. Again, loved it till the ending. Lord of Illusions from Clive Barker, which is getting a Blu-ray release coming up soon, I believe. Hopefully it'll be the unrated director's cut as well. The Loved Ones, which another great Australian horror movie. Very bloody, and that chick is crazy. She did an excellent job in there. And next up is Martyrs, probably the most popular recent French horror film. It's not my favorite recent French horror film. I would take Inside, Frontiers, Them, Mutants, and probably even Switchblade Romance, High Tension over this one, personally, even though I thought High Tension had a cop-out ending. But personally, Martyrs was a tale of two halves for this movie for me. I love the first half, and then the second half was just torture porn. It was derivative. It was just somebody, this girl being chained into the basement and being beaten over and over and tortured until she's skinned, and the whole concept was just absurd to me. It was just so ridiculous that you're supposed to torture somebody until they're so close to death they can see to the other side and then come back and tell you what it's like. I just thought that was laughably absurd, and I do think this is a must-watch for all horror fans. The gore effects in here were some of the best ever, and I know some of the people that were involved, were really torn up about it. Even the director in the intro kind of apologizes for the movie. And there was somebody in there that was involved that committed suicide as well. So there's a lot of negativity involving this film. And I can see why. It's very extreme, very intense, and it will stay on your mind long after viewing. It is definitely gritty and raw, and I love the first half of the movie. And the effects in here are just fantastic. Some of the best ever. And the lead actresses were phenomenal in here. They deserve every accolade possible for horror acting. So there you go. Martyrs. It is definitely very disturbing in my opinion. Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. The Millennium Bug, which has a crazy scene with a birthing scene, but some pretty good different effects all throughout here, using all kinds of different practical, CG, a bunch of different stuff going on there. Good low budget horror. Misery with a cool lenticular cover. Kathy Bates was fantastic in there. Munger Road. Near Dark. This is a really cool slip box edition right there. Night Claws. Night of the Living Dead, the Millennium edition, the red case. Night of the Lepus, Giant Killer Rabbits, a lot of cheesy fun. Night School, again, this is the remastered edition from Warner Brothers Archive Collection. Nightbreed, they're coming out with the Cabal cut from Scream Factory. Nightmare, the 30th anniversary edition, and of course I bought this when it was out of print, and it was pretty expensive when I got it, and now they released the Blu-ray for it. Awesome. Dario Argento's Opera, this is the limited edition right here. It's numbered. Pen, which is super underrated, great Canadian film, very creepy and atmospheric, love this one. Popcorn, which I believe is getting a Blu-ray release coming up as well. And I love horror movies set in a movie theater. Prince of Darkness, which I think this is getting a Blu-ray release. John Carpenter. Prom Night and Ghoulies 4 right there, double feature. Prom Night just got a Blu-ray release from Synapse. Prophecy, which I always enjoy this one, another ecological horror. Pretty cool creature in here as well. And it has Armand Asante, who used to live right by me when I was in New York. Rabid Love. Rampo Noir. Rats, Night of Terror. Return of the Living Dead 3. Love this movie. I love Return of the Living Dead 1, 2, and 3. All fantastic films, and the lead actress in here was incredibly beautiful and awesome in this role. Fantastic film. Santa's Sleigh with Bill Goldberg. Cheesy fun right there. I love the intro scene where they're all sitting around the table, and then the scene where he's like wiping his hands from the stripper pole. Saw 2 with a lenticular cover as well. Severance, great British horror comedy movie. Shiver, definitely creepy and some good atmosphere, but the kind of twist towards the end, I wanted a little bit more from it. Shredder, which is a great cheesy fun slasher on the slopes right there. This one's definitely grown on me over the years. And again, I love movies with a snowy setting, especially horror movies. Death to Snowboarders. Silver Bullet. Hate that cover right there for it. Again, you know, almost half the cover right there is, you know, the Stephen King's, the fire flames right there. But I love Silver Bullet with Gary Busey and Corey Haim. Grew up watching that one. Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. Storm Warning, which is a super underrated Australian horror film from Dimension Extreme right there, who also put out Inside. But I don't really hear anybody talk about this one, and it's one of my favorite Australian horror films. Very brutal, and again, another one that if you like some of the more, you know, especially the Australian horror films and the French horror films, I think you'll like this one as well. Subspecies, The Complete Chronicles. I always thought that was an interesting vampire series right there. Sympathy, which I thought was a pretty cool low-budget horror film. They take this girl hostage in a hotel and things go crazy. And there's a little bit of a twist too. I thought the lead actress did a really good job in there. The Taint. Pretty crazy film, and the disc is signed by the director. I'll go ahead and show you, why not. Right there. Scribbly-doo, scribbly-da. But yeah, just a crazy, crazy movie. Definitely 18 and older for it. So there you go. There is my random horror DVD shelf number 2 in my new place. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.